Hi and welcome to another episode of The Grind. My name is Violet Njeki and we're in the beautiful Fairview Hotel. This place is beautiful, I must say. If you go to a beautiful place, you must say it's beautiful. So I'm here with the general manager. We're going to understand about Fairview Hotel and also how it's been able to survive post-pandemic and understand what it took for them to get to where they are. Welcome to the show. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes.
And welcome to Fairview Hotel. My name is Bruce Potter. I'm the general manager of the hotel, and we've been in business since 1930.
1930?
1932.
1930. Wow!
We're trying to find the records to see when the actual birthday is.
Wow, yes.
So yeah, we'll be 100 years in 10 years from now, but 90 years this year. So,
Wow, 90.
Yeah.
That is as old as most of our grandparents here, if I ever say.
I think Fairview has been on the map for as long as it's been open, and I think if you go back in the history books, one of two or three hotels that first started in Nairobi.
Ah, wow, that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, tell us a little bit about Fairview Hotel.
Okay, Fairview Hotel is sitting on 6 acres of ground, upper hill, centre of Nairobi. We have lots of business and you see all the new high-rise buildings going up. Fairview Hotel though we have 4 restaurants, one of which we need to bring back into the scene, which is Pango Restaurant. It's been closed for many years. We have 127 bedrooms, we have 6 conference rooms, and then we have the grounds for eating, leisure, relaxation, weddings, meetings.
Wow, Fairview is quite massive, if I may. 127 bedrooms, number of conference rooms, quite massive, if I may say. So as the general manager, how long have you been in Fairview and how has it been for you?
So I've been in Fairview Hotel since July. The property changed ownership. We've brought, so the new ownership is Westmont Hospitality Group, and we're bringing in a new brand to Fairview. So we've engaged with Intercontinental Hotel Group. So we have a franchise agreement, which means we have the marketing tool and the loyalty card, One Rewards, where we can have you sign up and then use IHG hotels in Nairobi. We are here to build on a brand which we'll introduce next year. The ownership of Fairview Hotel Limited also owns Holiday Inn at Two Rivers.
Okay, yes.
And then we'll be very soon opening the hotel next to Fairview here in the coming weeks, is our plan. So we are replacing from the branding for Intercontinental Hotel Group, we're replacing the Crown Plaza that recently changed, and obviously the Intercon that closed a while ago. So the presence of those brands are still strong in Nairobi. And for Fairview, we see this as an excellent opportunity, some investment next year in the bedrooms, so we can bring Fairview back the way it was remembered.
The way people can remember it from before. So you came in July, that's just a time after businesses have begun picking up after a pandemic. How have you, as the general manager, how have you guys been able to still put yourself out there that after the pandemic, this is the place that you used to know even before it? How have you been able to place yourself there?
The past ownership can only take credit for the survival. They had closed 2 of their properties and left Fairview open. So Fairview traded through the whole of COVID. I think there was 1 month where the business did close. And then the employees were very kind in accepting the fact that went down to a different level of hours working. That was the key to surviving through the worst of COVID. Coming out of COVID, it's looking at how do we sensitize the customers on it's okay now to remove some of the COVID procedures. Masks were the first things to be removed. The country did a good job of deciding that was the way forward. I think that has been a success and it has given people more freedom. Then you start looking at the COVID procedures in the hotel, the markers for distance, the screens that were separating you from the customer. So I think the hotels have quietly changed back to what was before. We've still got the health and hygiene, that's important. It was always there, and if anything, hotels would be the most hygienic place after hospitals because of the food hygiene requirements. So the transition now is to get people to come back, not to the old norm, but to a new norm where there's still a few principles, a few procedures in place, but the fact of this interaction, hospitality only works when it's physical, face to face. You can have your team meetings, but you can't order over a video call your breakfast and have the same feel as you would if you're served.
Yes. Now, you've talked about video call. That has given me the notion to ask, when pandemics hit, people say that the hospitality, tourism and the hospitality industry is the most hit. Why do you think that hospitality industry is hit hard with pandemics, and maybe now with COVID, that hospitality industry can be the most hit?
The fact that you're bringing large groups of people together. COVID was very quickly understood eventually that it was respiratory, it wasn't by touch.
Yes.
So initially everything was don't touch anything, clean your hands.
Yes.
When you realised it was enclosed space, you find that the hotels with conference rooms, not bedrooms, they're private, but the large scale conference space, just like your supermarkets, is where the issue would start. So businesses shut down, businesses stopped travelling, businesses said we're not going from country to country.
Yeah.
So the whole network of leisure and travel related clearly showed that the world can come to a halt.
Yes.
Quite frightening how quickly the world came to a halt.
Yes.
People got stuck, people got home.
Yes.
So the biggest effect was the fact that your conference business, your restaurants, you start moving tables aside so you're not sitting next to somebody. It becomes very bad for the, what's the word? The atmosphere and the surroundings you're in only work if you're free.
Yes, true. Yes, you can't limit yourself to like one person is over there and you're here. That is something that you need. So as a general manager, you've been able to work through the year now. It's a year now since you came in. What is the impact that you feel that you need to put so that people can still remember Fairview from when it started back in 1932, the steps you've taken, so that people can still know that Fairview is still what it was?
It's getting the name of Fairview Hotel back into the city. You have lots of other brands in town. You have lots of other hotel companies. You have the new Marriott coming up next to Kempinski. You have a lot of big brands in Nairobi.
Yes.
But what I can say is that the food element of Nairobi is very exciting. I think there's a lot of really special restaurants in town. I think the Kenyan palate, from what I've seen in my short time here, is very well educated and pointed.
Yes.
They're exposed and they expect to see what they see around the world.
Yes.
So that's what we need to do here now. We've got 4 restaurants, 2 working very well. The Pango restaurant being our fine dine, we need to bring back. We have a new chef on board to develop the food concepts with myself. And we're looking forward to being able to reach out to the public and reach out to our customers that there's some change coming and it's for the better. It's
for the better, it's make Fairview much better. So you've talked about other restaurants being around as well. So, and a lot of restaurants are coming up with different cuisines, with different styles, but Fairview also still needs to be there where it was before or even greater. What is your marketing strategy when it comes to that?
We have a sales team which is new to the hotel. So we have pointed individuals who are going out to the corporate customer, going out to the leisure customer. The safari business has gone through one of its peak periods and has come back with a bang, even though the election was on at the same time. So there's a lot of build-up happening. The airlines are getting busier, more flights are coming in. For me, the excitement of Upper Hill is the development you see round about, but more so the expressway has and will change dynamics.
Wow, okay.
This location was always the easy place to get to, and then it became the most difficult place to get to. Now you can get here again. The airport from here is 20 minutes.
Yes.
And it used to take almost 2 hours.
Yes.
So that's the dramatic change.
So also, when after the pandemic hit and you decided to make a few changes now from wearing masks to not wearing masks right now, what are some of the measures that you're putting in that if something else comes up, Fairview will still be able to stand and say we'll be able to go through this and will not be hit as much as we were before?
I think we have become a different country and like a different world in the way we think about hygiene, the way we think about our own ability to be yourself and where you work, where you go and what you do.
Yes.
I think the fact that face masks have never really gone away and we still allow the choice. If someone wants to wear a face mask, please do so.
Yes.
To prevent and have a system in place for a future pandemic, you don't really want to plan for that because we don't know what that might be.
Yes.
So that's the problem with pandemics is when they come, you haven't really got the tools to deal with it at the start.
Yes.
And depending on how that's communicated, how it's processed. The big change in business is looking at your costs. At the end of the day, a business survives on the customer spending money, having an enjoyment, having something nice to eat, comfortable stay. At the end of the day, that has to be affordable. So the fine balance now is, what can we bring back that we used to do? Not streamline too much, and get that fine balance of business that you can be here tomorrow.
And do you think now, not necessarily only on a hospitality base, that all businesses need to prepare themselves that anything can hit you at any time?
I think businesses have experienced that you need to look at your cost base and can something be done differently. The old traditional models, sometimes, like I've said in restaurants, it's going to be the same forever. Robots will never replace the human being for serving a table.
Yes.
Not at this stage. Here's me saying that 100 years from now, maybe. Other businesses have realized that you don't need to be together to do business. I think what's missing in the future is with the businesses, my biggest pet hate myself is businesses using the excuse that they're not working in an office, therefore they can't do what they used to do.
Yes.
Because service in any business, for me, is why I do this job.
Yes. So as we wind up, as the general manager, what are your plans to ensure that Fairview gets to go top of the hospitality chain?
We are going to maintain the gardens as you see them.
Yes.
We're going to.
Beautiful environment.
Thank you. We're going to do a refurbishment program in the bedrooms. We will touch on the food and beverage restaurants. It's just getting back into a more modern day feel, but keeping the old Fairview. So the name will stay. Inside will be the same on the grounds, but the little touches and refining changes is where we will capture the market again.
So as we wind up, I would like you to invite people to Fairview as well. So those who even do not know where it's located, please do so.
Okay, so Fairview Hotel, Upper Hill, Nairobi. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we have everything here that you can ask for, from families to weddings, to functions, to corporate events, or just nice private dinner for two in the garden. So
private dinner for two. I hope people had that part. Yes. Thank you so much for your insights on the hospitality industry and even surviving post-pandemic.